We are just hours away from the start of the 2024-2025 season, and I'm telling you right now, my head is still spinning, okay? We've gone through the Dejounte Murray trade. We've talked about that. We've definitely gone over the draft, picking up Zaccharie Risacher, and we've gone over the paying that they gave to Jalen Johnson, man, $150 million, the big extension that they've got to that guy, man. Listen, it is time for the regular season to start, and I am excited. First, before I go any further, let me welcome everybody to Atlanta Hawks Digest. What's going on? My name is Walter Pollard, and let's go ahead and just dive right into it because pretty excited. I don't have any more speculations. I don't have a rumor mill coming for you guys today. I don't have anything other than the start of this season. If you look behind me, of course, proper preparation prevents piss poor production. And I do believe that Landry and Coach Quin Snyder have the Atlanta Hawks in tip-top shape. I was going to say ship-shop shape, but you know, he has them in tip-top shape. I am super excited and I am ready for tonight's game. Of course, the Atlanta Hawks, they're going to be taking on the Brooklyn Nets. They're going to be taking on the Brooklyn Nets in State Farm Arena. Make sure that you guys are in the building. I want to say that Gucci Mane is going to be performing. Yes, Mr. 1017 himself. He's been all over the city, of course, performing with the opera and things of that such. So if you definitely want to get down there and check out things, man, super excited for tonight. I also want to talk about this gentleman right here, Zaccharie Risacher. First of all, you guys have killed me in the comments as far as how I was supposed to pronounce his name, but this will be the first time we'll see him with live action. And so I'm going to get into what I believe for tonight and how things are going to go for tonight because it's going to be a really dope game. And we will be excited to see how things start. Really, just to be completely honest, I'll be excited to see if they start just like they did with the preseason. You know, the last second shot, things of that such. So definitely want to, talk about all of that for tonight's game. Now, before we go any further, want to go ahead and go over the injury report, mainly because the injury report tells us who is and who isn't, who's going to be playing, who's not. Of course, with the Atlanta Hawks, no notable names right now. Dominic Barlow, Seth Lundy, Kelby Buffkin, and Cody Zeller are the guys that are on the injury reserve right now. So I don't want to give them a round of applause for them being on it, but thankfully, no notable players are out right now. So I would expect for there to be a I don't want to say a star study, but we should be loaded with all of our guys of tonight. There are no, not predictions, but they don't have the starting five up just yet. Coach Quin Snyder has kept that kind of close to the chest. If you've been paying attention, you've been watching, he hasn't necessarily come out with a starting five. What the prediction is in some cases, and it's only in spots, not the overall starting five, but we all do agree or want to speculate that Dyson Daniels will be coming off the bench. He will be serving as the number 2 to Trae Young. We all know that Zaccharie Risacher is going to be coming off of the bench as well. We definitely want to see what Jalen Johnson has to go. We have a lot of things to talk about. Okay, I'm really giving you guys a lot to digest right now. But when you think about it, this is very exciting, mainly because the start of the season is today. And then on top of that, we get to see all of the things that we've been talking about prior to the season. Zaccharie Risacher, all of those guys, we get to see it. And then, too, we get to see if Jalen Johnson definitely deserves the money. So we're going to get into all of that. So first things first is the notable matchups going on tonight. And I know when you look at tonight's game, we can even go so far as the ESPN index. They've even put us up as the 61% favorite of the two. So we are, favored to win the game. And just to point out, these teams have gone through some notable changes, okay? Notable changes. I know that the Nets got rid of Mikal Bridges, shifting him over to the New York Knicks. Of course, with the Atlanta Hawks, us getting rid of Dejounte Murray, bringing in the guys that we have. So these two teams definitely have a difference They look different than what they were last year. I definitely want to see what Ben Simmons is going to do. I know that he's carried a dark cloud over him, unfortunately, through majority of his career, specifically after the 2021 playoffs when, the whole pass and stuff like that. But, all in all, there's a lot of things that go around. But these are the matchups that I'm really interested in. For one is Trae Young versus Dennis Schroeder. And I bring these two up because these guys have both played for the Atlanta Hawks. Dennis Schroeder has played a substantial amount with the Atlanta Hawks. I think it was from 2014 to 2016 or 17. I think he played 17 and 18 before he went on elsewhere and this, that, and the third. But I'm definitely excited to see how these two are going to play each other. Of course, Dennis Schroeder is noticeably bigger than Trae Young. So I'm definitely interested to see how these two guys are going to match up. Just really good players. I know that Dennis Schroeder is very quick, very fast. So definitely, again, really excited to see how defensively these guys are going to match up to each other. Because again, offensively, I think these guys are going to light the scoreboard up. I think when they're in, they're going to light things up. Dyson Daniels versus Cam Thomas. Again, Cam Thomas for the Brooklyn Nets. He's a larger guy. And again, Dyson Daniels, we've been talking all this time about his defensive prowess and how he has not shied away from what he actually feels is going to be his call to the team. Let me go ahead and pull this up really quickly. Dyson Daniels had actually said something in the news. He has said that he has a big goal of trying to make the first team all defense. So with all of that being added up, it's great to see if Dyson Daniels can make a mark now. Is he able to go ahead and make a mark now, get started this season? Again, I said once before, start fast, stay fast, finish strong. And again, I do believe that the motto for the Atlanta Hawks this year is defense. They want to make sure that they cover all bases on defense. And of course, Coach Quin Snyder has definitely said it himself. He said that they're not going to be the goal is not to be just a good defensive team, but overall just a good team, period. And he, of course, put some onus on Trae Young as well, saying that he's got to carry his load as well. So another one that I'm definitely excited to see too is Jalen Johnson versus Cam Johnson. Again, Cam Johnson just got paid not too long ago, $150 million extension. These are things that I want to see, how Jalen Johnson is going to be coming into the season. And again, looking at the preseason, despite the record, you dig what I'm saying? Despite the record, I do feel like the Atlanta Hawks are in a really good position right now. Really limber, just really loose. You dig what I'm saying? I feel like this team is ready for tonight's game. And then, in all honesty, my X factor is definitely going to be Zaccharie Risacher. I feel as though my X factor is Zaccharie Risacher, mainly because this guy is NBA ready. There's no secret that this gentleman is NBA ready. It has been said that this guy is NBA ready. We've seen some of the, I want to say highlights, but it was only the preseason. But we've seen how this gentleman is able to score. We've seen how he's able to move with the team, how he's able to complement Trae Young. And I've said this before, the two X factors, I want to point out, the X factor for tonight's game is Zaccharie Risacher. But the two X factors on this Atlanta Hawks team is going to be Risacher and Dyson Daniels. Mainly because Dyson Daniels brings the defensive portion of things. Risacher definitely adds to the offense. And he also has the capabilities of being a defensive man. So I really feel like going into tonight's game, the Atlanta Hawks are poised for a win. Again, they got us slated at 61% win percentage. So we definitely want to make sure that these guys are ready for tonight. And then finally, I want to go over my predictions really quickly. Yeah, my prediction, if this could get right really quickly. Yes, my predictions. That took a long time. But anyway, my prediction for the night, I want to say Atlanta 122, Brooklyn 106. That is my prediction for tonight. Atlanta 122, Brooklyn 106. And I want somebody to, you know what? I ain't even gonna worry about it. I'm just gonna keep note of my predictions as well as I'm going to keep note of my predictions as well as how far, what the win percentages are. And I just want to see how I do as far as my predictions go this season. But all in all, with all that being said, what are your predictions for tonight's game? I'm definitely going to come back with an update following tonight's game. So definitely stay on the lookout for that. But what are your predictions for tonight's game? Because with all of these things added on, what do you feel as though, are you a Brooklyn Nets fan or you're Atlanta Hawks fan? But what are your predictions for tonight's game? Let me know in the comments and check back with me after the game. Peace.